Memories are made around the dinner table. This is more than a cookbook. It's a tribute to a mother, a mentor, and a best friend. Chef Annie Payton invites you into her kitchen and her heart as she shares the cherished memories and timeless recipes passed down from her beloved mother. Every page of this book is a celebration of family, friends, and the legacy of home-cooked meals. From Sunday dinners to soul-soothing staples, these recipes are more than ingredients. They're stories, waiting to be shared again. Memories are made around the dinner table by Chef Annie Payton.
Good afternoon and welcome to Annie's Gourmet and Italian Indulgence. Today we are doing sautés and sangria. And I have my airline friends here, so we're going to have a lot of fun. They all love sangria.
Yes.
So we're going to do the sautés so that we can have a lot of sangria later. So I am in the home of Joanne and Matt Holliday, and we thank them for being here. We are in the beautiful Legacy Golf Course. It's outside and across from me behind the window, and it's a fabulous place. This is in Henderson, Nevada, where my company, Annie's Gourmet Catering, we provide exotic, beautiful catered events, and we also had a restaurant, Annie's Gourmet Italian, back a few years ago. So this is all products of my mom and I that we've created, and my friends who have worked for me and supported me are very familiar with the dishes as well. So I have with you today Lori Lauer. Lori's been cooking with me for a long time. We go way back to America West Airlines in the 1980s. And this is my friend Michael Powell, and we also go back to America West Airlines in the 1980s. So We're going to have a lot of fun today. They love to cook and they love to help out. So the two sautés that I picked out, one is very spicy and one is not spicy but is very popular. So the first one is going to be our chicken piccata. And chicken piccata is you can have it as dinner or you can have it as an appetizer. We're making smaller portions so that everybody can try it. And chicken piccata is in a lemon white wine garlic sauce, and it's really very mild and it's very tasty, pretty popular dish. The other one is a spicy one, and what we're doing is it's shrimp Fra Diavolo, and we're using a wonderful extra virgin chili for the spice and the zip in it, chili olive oil. So this is by one of our sponsors, which is Spirits and Spice. We're using her spices today. This is a lovely Under the Tuscan sun. I don't have my glasses on, but it's also got a little bit of zip to it. So when we're done, we're going to have a great spicy shrimp, and we'll have a nice chicken dish. While I'm doing the chicken, I'm asking Michael to butterfly the shrimp. We butterfly shrimp because it just gives it a beautiful presentation. If you put shrimp actually just in a bowl without it being butterflied, it looks just like shrimp. But if you cut it properly, which we call butterfly, it grows as it steams out, and then it looks like a bird. And it's beautiful when it goes out the door of any restaurant kitchen, any catered event. Everybody wants to know what it is. So that's why we butterfly our shrimp all the time. And just to educate everybody on shrimp, shrimp has all different sizes. So the 13-15s are what we're using today. What that means is there's 13 to 15 shrimp per pound. So that's not a lot of shrimp. So in a 2-pound bag you have 25, 26 shrimp. The number as it grows, so let's say you have a 26-30, those are going to be much smaller. I like the grand look, I always do. I want the wow factor. These are really big, beautiful shrimp, and that's what we're using today. And I'm going to have Michael show you how to butterfly them correctly. You don't want to cut yourself. It's pretty easy to do, but you got to be really careful when you do it so you don't slice your finger. Okay, so Michael, would you like to do the honors on showing everyone how to butterfly
I absolutely will, and I already have one here.
Okay, very good.
You want to make sure that it is wrapped around your index finger, and then you want to take the very sharp knife and be very cautious with it. You go down and you want to make sure that there's enough of a breakage so that it butterflies, and then the shrimp will actually unfold like this, and then that's how we will stick it in the pan.
Perfect. So now in order to put the shrimp, now I use cooked shrimp, Why? Because it's easier. So you can use uncooked shrimp if you want to, but there's no difference really other than time. So this is a quick recipe. It'll take 5 or 10 minutes at the most, and then we can all eat it and have our sangria. So with this, we have the chili olive oil that's in the pot, and I've taken our Roma tomatoes. I already sliced them up, and so they're diced, and we're going to put the diced tomatoes right in that chili, and then we're going to take a little bit of white wine. And we're going to lower our flame. My flame is a little bit too high. There we go. So it's simmering, and that's okay. It's supposed to. And then we're going to take a little bit of freshly chopped garlic, because we put garlic in everything. Okay, and we're going to let that simmer. And we also have Kim's spice, which is under the Tuscan sun. This has it has garlic and salt, and there's a lot of red pepper in here. It's got a good zip to it. So that's going to give us the zip, along with the chili olive oil that we have there, the chili infused olive oil. And so while this is simmering, in the end I'm going to use fresh garlic that we're going to chop up. Lori will chop it up for me. Here, Lori. Basil. So just chop it finely. So while that's simmering, I'm going to start the chicken piccata. So with chicken piccata, you use very, very thin pieces of chicken breast. So I've sliced my chicken cutlet, and I've also pounded it, tenderized it very thin, and this is what it should look like, very thin. So you want to coat it in a flour. We call it dredging. And in the pan, what I have now, I have one stick of salted butter. And the reason why I use salt is because it sticks to the chicken piccata, and it forms a gravy once I put my wine in it. So the butter that's salted, the chicken with the flour on it, and the white wine is going to create this amazing flavored gravy. And before I start that, we need a little bit of fresh lemon juice. So I'm going to do my fresh lemon juice right in the bottom of the pan. There we go. And then I dredged my thin chicken cutlets. You want to coat it pretty good, so the flour will escape with the wine and the butter, and then you're going to have a great gravy.
Nice.
Then here.
This sure is smelling delicious.
Good job, Michael.
Can't you let the basil chopped smaller?
No, that's perfect. That can go right in, Lori. Lori's putting the chopped fresh basil right in the pan. I have a few more pieces of chicken I'm going to do.
That aroma. Fresh basil. Wow.
Oh, it's the best,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You have all shrimp done?
Almost. One more.
Okay, good. Whoever thought we'd be in a kitchen cooking together, guys, after the airline industry as kids.
Yep.
So something exciting that's really fun. I hope I don't embarrass Michael, but he left America West to go tour with Siegfried and Roy, and he went around the world. He's a great professional dancer, and he's very talented, and I just wanted to share that with everybody because I'm so proud of you, and I think that's an awesome career.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was an honor. It was an honor.
Absolutely. So this is sauteing, and yeah, we can start. So our sauce is simmering pretty good, and I think we can place the shrimp in. So they're just going to place the shrimp around and let the shrimp absorb all those great spices. So we have garlic, we have diced Roma tomatoes, we have chili olive oil, the nice spice, the Tuscan spice, and then we have our shrimp. So once it all boils together, then it's going to be a really nice freshly coated great shrimp dish. So Fra Diavolo means it's spicy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you guys are doing fine. That looks beautiful.
Our shrimp doesn't want to stand up.
It does
I'm
not.
just going to grab the salt and pepper over here, if I may.
Yes.
Okay. Uh-oh. Here we go. So I'm just going to do a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper on my piccata.
And so we place the shrimp around the edges and then we'll fill the center.
Correct. So this way here we have, I think we counted out 28 shrimp. So we used a 2-pound bag at 13/15s, and that came out to 28 shrimp on this one. The bags of shrimp go by weight. And once again, the 13/15 are a really large, nice piece of shrimp. And if the higher you go on the number, the smaller your shrimp. And some people like smaller shrimp, they think it's more tender. I go for the look, and it's still, I think it's nice and tender anyways, but if you want a large presentation, you want to go with the larger shrimp. So I'm taking my Sauvignon Blanc. It doesn't have to be expensive wine, but it's my cooking wine. And I'm just going to pour it. My piccata is starting to boil now. So I'm going to pour it over my chicken, making sure that all of the chicken in the flour part is covered. It's going to start coming to a nice boil.
How long should we cook the shrimp?
Approximately maybe 4 or 5 minutes. It's got to boil up,
Okay.
okay? And then will you hand me a tongue out of there, Lori? Thank you, ma'am. So my piccata is boiling. The piccata, as you go along, you see how the gravy is starting to form. So periodically you may have to put more wine in. You don't want to put much more butter in it. We add a stick of butter and that's enough. But you want to put enough wine in there so it has a nice gravy texture. And that's what it's starting to look like. Now I have a bunch of pieces in here because we have a crowd. But you can put a lot, if they're thin, it'll cook pretty quickly anyways. So you can layer it as long as you flip it properly and make sure it's all cooked. And it doesn't take long at all. Oh, there we go.
So Annie, how did you get the chicken that thin?
I pounded it with a tenderizer, a gavel, and I put it in between saran wrap. So you slice your chicken. So a chicken cutlet, you can probably get about 3 of these pieces out of it. So you have your chicken cutlet and you take your knife, be careful with it, and just put your hand on the top of it and slide on through. And you should get 2 or 3 pieces out of it. And then you layer it within a piece of saran wrap and you pound it with your tenderizer. So pound, pound, pound.
Pound, 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 pound.
Pound, pound, pound. And you get it to whatever thickness or thinness you want. So I just keep an eye on it, and that's how I get it to this. I like cooking with thin chicken because it cooks really quicker. And people don't like, if you have a big cumbersome piece of chicken breast, you're
Right.
chewing and chewing and chewing. With this, you could cut it with a fork, and I'll guarantee it when we're done here. Can I have a little bit more wine, Laura? So we have a nice gravy tendency here, but I'm just going to put a little bit more wine in it, just so that it bubbles up nice and we make sure everything's cooked. Thank you.
This is bubbling up very nicely.
Oh, good.
Look at these.
Smells good.
Oh yeah.
Let's put, we're going to put some flakes in there too. These are red pepper flakes. We're going to put them on top, and then we're going to put some more of the Tuscan spice on it as well. We want it spicy. We want a zip.
Yes, we do.
All right?
It's gonna be a zip. And this Tuscan is yummy.
So the chicken is almost finished. We're going to take a break in a minute. and we'll come back, but I just wanted to put in my capers so that capers are in there we go. Capers are all different sizes, and they're in the mushroom family. Some people love them and some people don't. They're very salty, so I put them in at the last minute just because they just go on the top of the dish, but you want them to get covered in the gravy. And when you serve a piece of chicken piccata, you should probably have maybe 8 to 10 little capers on there. Don't have any more, don't overdo it, unless you have customers. Remember Hal?
He loves it.
Yeah, we had to have a whole thing of capers on the side when Hal came in for his piccata, but for the most part, you just want a few on each piece. Nothing overwhelming because they are salty. So this is almost finished. Our shrimp is almost finished. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have one of our great sponsors, Kim Weiss from Spirits and Spice, come on, and she's going to make us some great sangria to go with these dishes, and then we're going to have a little airline party. Thank you. Welcome back to Sautés and Sangria. We've finished plating the shrimp, Fra Diavolo. It looks beautiful. Michael and Lori are just going to put the finishing touch of this really, really spicy and delicious tomato, basil, and chili olive oil sauce on top of it to accentuate the flavor. So they're just going to drizzle it on each piece.
That smells so good.
And while they're doing that, our chicken piccata has finished. It's in a nice thick gravy. Thank you to my husband for helping me. And Scott Whitney, where is he? Thank you for helping. And they're camera shy, so they won't come on. But now I'm going to plate the chicken piccata while they're doing the sauce on the shrimp. And then we're going to have Kim Weiss of Spirits and Spice come on and make us a delicious sangria so we can eat and have an enjoyable afternoon. So I'm just going to plate this here. So this is the chicken piccata and a nice thick gravy. Came out really nice. And like I said, you don't have to use an expensive wine. I use an inexpensive one and it works fine. You save the expensive ones for afterwards when you're having happy hour. And I'm just going to scoop out that delicious gravy. Not too much, but you want to make sure that your chicken stays moist. And lastly, with the piccata, I'm going to garnish it with a pretty lemon. And then just some fresh parsley.
For me, and some parsley for you.
Thank you. Just perfect. Good job, Michael. So here's our chicken piccata.
Yes.
And I'm going to set the chicken piccata back here. We're going to put the shrimp out front because the shrimp is grand. They did a great job. Where do you see this? Oh my gosh, look at that. Here.
Want to grab that towel?
There we go. That's just grand. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I can't wait to try it. Good job, you guys.
Yay.
Thank you. Yay. Yay. Good job. Thank you. So now we're going to bring on Kim Weiss of Spirits and Spice. Come on out, Kim. We used her olive oils today in our cooking. Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, how are you
Hi,
doing?
good. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
So I'm excited to make a white wine sangria that's going to go really lovely with the chicken piccata and the Fra Diavolo. We want something that's light and summery and refreshing. So we're actually going to start with my passion fruit liqueur. We have this made in Mexico. It's really lovely. It's what makes this sangria super special. And we're going to put about a third of our 3 ingredients. The second one being orange juice. I'm just going to use a no pulp orange juice. So Spirits and Spice, we have 7 stores. I forgot to say that last time. You can also order online at spiritsandspice.com. And then we're gonna use an inexpensive wine. Same one Annie was picking with, because honestly, the flavor is driven by the passion fruit and by the orange juice. So we really don't need to use an expensive wine. You do want a dry white wine though. So this is our white wine sangria. And we're just gonna garnish it with a few strawberries.
Yeah, delicious, thank you. Will you toast with me?
I will.
Okay.
Let me get mine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's
Absolutely.
so lovely to be here.
Thank you.
Everything smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it through the TV.
And Kim is one of our great sponsors with Spirits and Spice. So she has many, many flavors of infused olive oils and different, we have an avocado oil that we used earlier. So she has just so many different flavors of vinegars, balsamic vinegars, olive oil. She has spirits, she has spices, which that's the name, it's a perfect name. So we used Under the Tuscan spice today for, Under the Tuscan sun spice today for our Fra Diavolo. We can't wait to try it, it looks fabulous. And with that olive oil, the chili olive oil that we used, it just made it just really smell great. I can't wait to try it. So make sure you visit her. She has a store in the Venetian Hotel if you're in the Las Vegas area or if you're visiting. And she also has 7 stores?
6 other stores: Jackson Hole, Wyoming; Sedona, Arizona; 2 in Chicago; 1 in Boca Raton; and 1 in Washington, D.C.
Amazing, amazing. It's a great company. Her and her husband, Gary, great people. I also want to thank Dress the Drink. So Dress the Drink is our third partner. They work very closely with Spirits and Spice. They've
To
created
make the spices.
Yes, this is fabulous. This is a great one. I've been using them in several different dishes, all different varieties. How many of these do you have?
About 45.
Wow, wow. So all different varieties, and it's so much nicer than having a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's nice having it all in a bottle. So Dress the Drink, they also do great garnishes.
The syrups, don't
Syrup,
forget the
right.
cocktail syrups.
Yes.
They do wonderful cocktail syrups.
Absolutely. So lots of great things from those 2 great companies, and they're our great sponsors. I also want to thank Vegas Real Estate. They have been our sponsors for throughout the whole process as well. Jennifer Turner is a brokerage, a broker, and she has a brokerage firm. If you're ever thinking about buying or selling, moving to the Las Vegas, Henderson, Boulder City, Mesquite area, then please contact Jennifer Turner. They're great. They made my chef coats, and they knew my mom, so they made this for me.
Aww.
And my mother, this is all about mom. She's always with me, and she's always on my arm with my chef coats. So thank you to her. I also want to thank my brother. He was one of our sponsors. That's a family member, but he was so proud that we were doing this show in honor of my mom. So I want to thank him. And so basically, we're just going to bring our airline family on. And we'll just take a short break and bring everybody on. I just want to say something about America West Airlines. So when I was a kid, and we lived in Long Island, New York, 10 minutes from Kennedy Airport. So I remember my dad taking us, and we would all sit in the purple station wagon on the hood, and we would watch all the planes come and land, and we'd see Pan Am and Eastern and TWA and all these big planes. And I would say, Daddy, I want to be one of those. I want to do that. So that was I went to college for communications and hospitality and things like that, but I always wanted to work for the airlines. Reason being, my family, my parents moved out here to Las Vegas, and my siblings were all back east. So I wanted to have flight benefits so that they could go back and see their family when they wanted. I knew I would, but I didn't know if they would. So that was why I want to get in the airline industry. So American Airlines was my first interview. And it was a Dear John, and they sent me home with a you're not hired here, and I was really sad. And my next interview was meant to be, like my mother said, it was America West Airlines in the 1980s, and we're all a little family, and my family's here with me today. So we're going to take a short break and bring them out so that I can introduce you to my other family, because I'm all about family. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the conclusion of sautés and sangria. We've made our shrimp, we've made our chicken piccata. Kim Weiss from Spirits and Spice made us a great sangria. And I just want to say thank you really quick. This is mostly my airline family, America West Airlines. We also have our homeowner, I named Joanne Holiday. We have her in the group, and I want to thank her immensely for opening up her home. And we have Mark Arden, who's also part of this home and this household, and his hospitality and friendship. And I want to, he's with United Airlines. So we have an airline group here today. We also have one of my best buddies, my sister, Susie Saka. And Susie's a retired police sergeant, but she's an airline person by all of the friendships that she's made. Okay, and then we have Kim Weiss here from Spirits and Spice. Kim, say hello.
Hi.
Hi. So there's our Kim. And this is my husband. He's puts up with me all the time. Thank you so much. He's my great husband, and he supports me, and he's very quiet, and I'm kind of loud, so. Anyways, he puts up with me. So thank you, Rick. So anyways, we're going to conclude with this. Family and friends are everything. Enjoy your food, enjoy your cooking, have fun. And what do we do, everybody? Memories are made around the dinner table. Salute! Now let's eat!
Yes.
Woo!